What's up YouTube, Dylan here. Today I'll be showing you how to change the coolant on your L series Kubota. Here are the instructions from Kubota. And here's what they say to use for the coolant. We started off by lifting the bucket up into the air and then setting the lock on the loader so that if you bump the control stick, it does not come down on you. To gain access to the radiator, we'll need to flip the brush guard out of the way and then pop the hood latch. Then you'll want to take off the radiator cap. The drain screw for the coolant is located right here on the right hand side. You'll need either a large Phillips or a large regular screwdriver to unscrew it. It's a weird plastic screw and it stayed in there when it was unthreaded. It took about 5 minutes for all the fluid to drain out. We did not empty the overflow reservoir because we were changing the fluid because the temperature on it wasn't rated cold enough. But if you need to change that, there's a push-in connector on the back of the tank and then you can pull it off. Once it's completely done draining, you can tighten up the drain screw again. The coolant called for a 50-50 mix. The official way to do this is to use a third jug and actually mix it at a 50-50 ratio. We opted to pour some of one and then some of the other in an alternating fashion. It holds about 1.75 gallons, so we figured it'll probably be just fine. Once the radiator was full, we mixed the rest of the coolant into our water jug and then used that 50-50 mix to top off the overflow tank. Then we reinstalled the radiator cap and fired the machine up. We let it run for a few minutes to mix the coolant together and checked it for any leaks. There were none, so then it was time to test the coolant. You can get one of these handy little coolant testers for like $5 at any auto parts store. It'll tell you what your freeze temperature is on your coolant based on how many balls are floating. Our test showed all but one ball floating, which means our coolant was good to -25. That's plenty good for Nashville, Tennessee. So now it's just a matter of closing up the hood, closing the brush guard, and releasing the lock on the loader. That's all for this one. We'll see you next time our equipment breaks.